Well, I just wanted to show, this is the latest to add to my collection, and just finished this up. This personal rifle, and this is a 5.45 instead of being a 5.56. It runs the 5.45 round, which is Russia's answer to our 5.56. Get it to focus in here for us. Right here, this shows a 5.45, and this is not a magazine specifically for the 5.45. You see it says 5.56 NATO, and we're going to go into that a little bit. This is a Tapco. I'm specifically running a Tapco because I believe that it's going to feed these 5.45 rounds a little bit better than something like, say, a Magpul. And the reason is, down in here, right there at my fingernail, you see that ledge right there? That on a 5.56 is responsible for kicking. It's down underneath there, and whenever this shoulder hits that, as the bolt stripping it out, it will help kick it up. The problem with the 5.45 in this is that, do you see where the case mouth starts on this versus that? The case mouth on the 5.45 can dig in to the plastic nubs and stuff around here in these magazines, and so that's just simply because it's back farther. And this is a 5.56, this is a 5.45, and just to show you a few for comparison, what I've got, a little assortment. Got your 5.56 right there. We'll see if you guys can see this well enough. I'll zoom in for you. Got your 5.56. This is a Hornady ballistic tip that's in there. Here's another 5.56. There you go. Now you've got your 5.45, which is what this rifle is. This was Russia's answer to this. Whenever America came out with this cartridge here and started fielding it, the damage that it was doing out of the 18-inch, 22-inch barrels and the amount of ammunition that the soldiers were able to carry made Russia stand up and think, because their guys were carrying this 7.62 by 39. That's the AK-47 round. And as you can see, the difference in it all the way around, plus the fact that this has got so much angle on it, means that it had to go in one of those big banana clips. After you stack them, they get to they have to curve on you. So this was their answer. It is smaller in diameter. For all practical purposes, it is faster, and it's mean. It is a mean round. It does tumble. It's longer. It flies, in my opinion, from the data I've seen, it seems to fly a little better. It works well out of a short barrel. This is a 16-inch barrel here. And so anyways, that's what I'm running in there. On with the cartridge listing. There is your 7.62-39. That's what everyone, a lot of people say they wish that their AR had the power of the AK, but the accuracy of the AR. Enter the 300 Blackout, and that is the next build that you're going to see from me. And these are 3 different loadings from the 300 Blackout right here. And the thing about them, what makes it so special, is that you've got a lot of options in the 300 Blackout. You can see here, I've got, this is a Hornady bullet that I've got it topped with. Then this is a Sierra. This Hornady's what, I think 125 grain, 124 grain, something like that. This is a supersonic round. The Sierra is a 200 grain round, and it is subsonic. And this lead cast lead is a 245 grain round, subsonic. All these fire out of the same cartridge, same barrel, same gun. And so you've got a lot of options there with the 300 blackout. That'll be the next upper. This combination on the sights here is for the 300 blackout. That's what this is for. I don't have my suppressor in yet for the 300 blackout, so at the present moment I went ahead and put this stuff onto the 545. Why? Because I've already got it built. And I'm going to run it on the 545. You can see it is set up. It says 300 blackout, set up for that. It's the same reticle, 2-dot reticle that is in the XPS2, but the difference is they throw some information on the cover. Charge you about 20-30 bucks extra for it. But all the people that will probably be shooting the 300 blackout that I've got, I wanted them to be able to look on top and get a good idea of what their holdover points are without me having to tell them, and it's just easy. Then of course you've got their Gen 3 magnifier. It's on a quick detach and a throw to the side mount. And then we continue on. This is a real light stock that's on here. I like it a lot. You're going to hear more about these stocks, and I'll tell you more about it later. I'm not even going to mention brand name or anything like that on it right now. Really nice little stock. I'm running Strike Industries Sling. This is a KG gun coat up here. It is their anodized flat dark earth coloring. This is Cerakote graphite black. Of course, Magpul grip. As you can see right here, this is the PDQ. What you're seeing right here. This is the ambidextrous bolt release, and it is from Teal Blue Bravo. Big thanks to Mike there. Hooked me up with a couple of these to test out. And this is the other side of the PDQ, and this is the other side. And what you get with the PDQ is, especially for the right-handers, you go to pull that bolt back and lock it. If you're a right-handed shooter, all you have to do is take your trigger finger and come up, and you've got it held in there. You want to drop your bolt. That is very convenient for a right-handed person. Left-handed person, it will allow you to come in and without ever having to take your hand off the trigger and everything, you can have your magazine, drop your magazine, bring it in, and as soon as you come in to load that, you can come straight up here, drop your bolt, and go straight on to the rail to continue firing. So pretty nice little deal there. I can't wait to run it. Again, thank you, Mike. So, a couple other things. Ryan over at Nordic hooked me up with this rail here to test out. There's a lot of things about these rails that are nice that I like. They've got a good price point. Every one of these holes you see here is threaded. You can put rails however you want to on this. This is a 15.5, I believe, or 15.25 inch rail, which is longer than most that are out there. It is a 15.5 inch rail. Now, what I like about that is on this 16-inch barrel, you see the size of it, it's allowing me to run this Strike Industries fat comp. You see it's ported and it fits right down in there. I really like the option of that. And the fat comps, if you guys are not, if you're not familiar with the fat comps, there's a few of them available. I'll show you another one. There's another example of a fat comp, just a different design, and they're set up where they're the same size as a lot of suppressors. They can be made to use on the end of the suppressor, where you can capitalize on the last little bit of gas that might be coming out of there. There's a few designs on them, and they work well just by themselves, but they really shine whenever you have a handguard that extends out and can go over them and to them. Moving on here, we're running an ambidextrous throw, and this is a 90-degree throw. I'm going to be replacing this with a Strike Industries 60-degree throw, which will make this to go to fire. It will go about there instead of having to go all the way down to here. So it'll be a 60-degree throw. Now, moving on, Strike Industries polymer cover. There's a few different designs of these in some different colors. I really like that. The Strike Industries Arch charging handle, which is really a nice setup. Go ahead and rack around in there and see, it feeds just fine out of this magazine. I don't know how it's going to do once we start trying to actually run it. Chamber's still just a little bit tight from not having a chance to shoot it. Head spacing checked out just fine. And we're running a Rock River 2-stage trigger in here. I had it. I'm not a big fan of it yet, but I haven't had a chance to run it too much. So I'll keep my mouth shut for a second. This is a Strike Industries Fang trigger guard, and one of the things that it adds is it gives you, basically helps you with the magazine guide. You know, for quick speed changes. Of course, I'm fumbling it around right here. The one thing that I have noticed, though, is that the Magpul Gen 3s, this is a Gen 2 Magpul, and it fits just fine. But the Gen 3s from Magpul do not fit just fine. They added a lug right down here on the Gen 3 Magpul mags, and they catch there. Now what that lug is for if you are, say, especially a 3-gunner or a soldier or something like that, and you've got that magazine in there, and you're running and you lie and you go prone, and you are going to use your magazine as a monopod. It has happened that jamming down and that pressure up on the bolt has given the gun a stoppage or caused problems with it, and so they put that lug on there to combat that, to keep it lets pressure go on the mag well instead of pressure going on your magazine release and the bottom of your bolt. Good idea. And the Strike Industries trigger guard is a great idea, but the combination of the two don't work very well. For me, in this situation, with the 545, being that I'm going to be either running steel 545 dedicated magazines, which I have some on the way, or these Tapco magazines, I'll have no problems with that. And so we'll be in good shape there. So anyways, I just wanted to show you guys this. I'm also running an adjustable gas block in there, battle tested equipment, adjustable gas block, and yeah, that's it. So thanks to Mike at PDQ for hooking me up with the PDQ. I'm going to test it out and I'll give you guys a range report on that. Thanks to Ryan at Nordic for working with me on the handguard. This is, like I say, this is going to go on the 300 Blackout, is what this handguard is actually going to be for, because it's going to have a suppressor in it. And so I'll probably end up going with, I may go with another one of these for this 545 upper, but I think I'm probably going to go with the Strike Industries Gen 2 forearm when they come out. They're going to be out in a month or two, and so I may go with one of those for it. And if I do that, I'll have to change the comp, because it probably will not be big enough to go around that. Little irony there that their own forearm doesn't go over their own muzzle brakes, but I digress. I got a website that's going to be coming online in a little bit, and so stay tuned for that. And if you guys, anything you see here, if you're interested in, if you want the products, or if you see, you know, anything, but especially, you know, Strike Industries, your different stuff that you see, let me know. I'll get you a price on the stuff that you're looking for. It doesn't have to just be the things you've seen. We can get just about everything. And something about the way that we build these rifles. These rifles are not just put together like Legos. Just an example, the barrels are bedded to the upper. I don't just stick them together. They get built up and machined down to where each barrel fits perfectly with the upper that it's going with. This barrel will never go in another upper, and vice versa. There are a number of things that we do to go above and beyond to make sure that these rifles are the best you can possibly get. They're not just put together like Legos, like even some of the big names. That's what they're doing. They're putting together Lego sets, and that's fine. The guns run good. Ours run better. Thanks, guys.